Welcome back to the track. I'm Dennis Howard with Joe Olivas, CSA Customer Service Advisor for RDO Equipment Company. Joe, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you, sir, for having me.
Give us a little bit about what a CSA does.
So I provide assistance with service and parts for our contractors' equipment. I help maintain their machines, and I help when they break down to schedule service calls or come out and inspect them to give them estimates and different quotes, and to keep their stock for ground engaging tools and stock for what they're needing.
So one of the things you do is you do undercarriage inspections.
Yes, sir. Undercarriage inspections is very important to the contractor because it's an expensive repair once it's got to get done.
Okay, so if one of your customers needs an undercarriage inspection, they would call you, you would go out and do the inspection.
Yes, sir. We have special tools to make the measurements. Part of the reason we do these inspections for our customers, if it's a high hour machine that they're using annually, then we do every 1,000 hours, we come out and do a measurement so that you know you can run into tens of thousands of dollars easily to do these repairs. So that way that gives you time, you have so much percentage left, which, you know, in turn, you'll know how many hours you have to either make time to bring it in or to replace the machine while it's down.
Is any time of the year better to do an undercarriage inspection, or does it matter?
Yeah, it probably, you know, obviously in this industry, the summer is the busiest time. When the fall comes up, a lot of people slow down and it's good downtime. But also the cool weather and moisture come in the winter, and that can really affect the tensile strength of the metal on these tracks. So you should really get it inspected then. It's a service that we provide free of charge, so don't hesitate to call us.
This is a newer dozer, 650P. It's an XLT undercarriage. Why don't you kind of give us a walkthrough on what you would do? We don't have the special tools, and we're not going to fire it up or anything like that, but why don't you kind of walk us through what you would do on an undercarriage inspection?
The first thing you do is make sure and do a visual inspection. You look for any sharp edges or any leaks. These components are internally lubricated. So if these rollers are leaking or that front idler, then it's gonna go out. You don't have but hours before it goes out and your machine is down. You wanna keep it clean. The reason you want it clean is because you wanna see any uneven or abnormal wear in that metal. You know, I know it is metal to metal, but you'll see where it's going off to one end of one side of the track, or the rollers are not aligned properly, and they should be. When you install them new, they are all aligned properly. And if it's not wearing even, there's something wrong that you might not know. So as an operator, you should really report it. Okay. Also, what you want to do is what they call a track sag right here. There's a measurement, and there's a decal that'll show you on every machine on each side, it'll show you what the track sag is supposed to be. And you don't want it too tight or too loose, because you will have different issues. If it's too tight, you're gonna wear rollers or the sprocket a lot quicker. If it's too loose, it could come off and break the chain.
We're at the Buda store, and you have a track shop here also.
Yes, sir. We're able to do, usually you can buy the tracks, the chain by itself, and you can change the shoes over, because depending on your environment and the soil that you're working on or the rocks, then those shoes will last a lot longer. And we have the shop here to replace it. It's a pretty high torque that these things have to be timed down to. Right. Very specific as well.
Yeah, I've seen it before where they didn't torque them enough, and it doesn't.
And you'll lose the shoe.
It's not pretty, yeah.
We have an app for your phone where we keep track of it to note the wear as time goes on. The measurements, the app has different steps where you can take each measurement. It's already programmed in there, and it'll tell you the percentage of life left on that component. So
okay, because that is one thing about undercarriages that I hear a lot of people get confused about. They'll say, well, it's 60%, and you say, well, is that 60% left or 60% worn? And people ask that question a lot. So that the app kind of helps people understand that.
Yes, because it will say it's 60% worn. Yeah. It specifically, because I'm sure they had that issue. They've had that issue before.
Yeah, kind of a common thing.
Yeah. So these are called carrier rollers. And again, visually you look at it, you might want to wear gloves. If there's any sharp edges, you measure it on the most worn part, the deeper edge of it. The bottom rollers is the same thing. Wear gloves, because if you stick your hand in there to look on where to measure, there's gonna be sharp edges. And if any of these are leaking, you need to replace it. You need to report it right away, because they are hours from busting up. The front idler, you measure this step depth here, and that again, it'll tell you how much life it has worn. And the other thing to check is for leaks on this bearings here at the center. What you want to check when you look at this idler, if you see that this retainer is almost at the end, that means that your chain is stretched out already.
Okay.
So you really need to measure it and find out how much you got left, because you're gonna start having issues with each other links breaking. The sprocket, if you see uneven wear, instead of round, ovaled out either way, then you need to measure it. There's a tool for that as well.
Okay.
But if this sprocket here gets sharp, then it's time to change it. If your shoe grouser, which is this, is lower than the top of that bolt, they need to be replaced.
I've got a dozer. I watched this video. I'm like, I think I may need somebody to come look at it. What do I do next?
Man, don't hesitate. If you're working with any RDO store, do not hesitate to call your CSA or just call your service department, and one of us will come out there and measure it for free. And again, we can get the specs, and even for other machines, other brands of machines.
All right, Joe, I really appreciate it. Great information. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, I'm Dennis Howard. I hope you enjoyed that video. Please like and subscribe and follow us on social media. See you soon.
Actually, I had to stop and just have a sandwich at Arby's real quick in the parking lot, 'cause I had so many calls I had to make on that short break, man. That phone does keep me busy.
So did you get the cheese, Arby, or just the plain?
Yeah, I just got a turkey sandwich real quick, man. I didn't want to get too full.